Welcome to The Explainer. I am so excited you're here with us today because we are going deep. We are diving into the hidden, mystical architecture of the universe, and we're looking at something the ancient texts refer to as the ultimate cosmic dimming. We're going to unpack a profound, ancient event where the very structure of reality shifted, literally plunging the spiritual network of our world into a state of exile. This is a massive deep dive, so buckle up. Okay, let's just jump right into this. We have to start with this incredibly profound anchor verse from Isaiah, which is deeply analyzed in the very first volume of the Zohar. The verse is, Ken mishchat mi'esh morehu, meaning, so marred was his visage from that of a man. Now, on a surface level, you hear that and it sounds like a description of intense physical suffering, right? But in the hidden mystical tradition, this marred visage isn't about a person at all. It describes a cosmic disfigurement. It is an absolute distortion of divine reality. We're talking about a literal breaking of the universe's operational face. To really grasp the gravity of this, I want you to picture the scene in cinematic 4K in your mind. Below, the physical world is in total chaos, with the massive, ruined stones of the temple smoldering. Above, the heavens are forcefully turning pitch black as the upper gates slam shut. And right in the center of it all, the divine presence, the Shekhinah, weeps as she departs. She's leaving behind these silent, dried-up channels of blessing. Souls that were originally meant to descend into our world in pure, brilliant light are now filtering down through dimmed, darkened gates. It's a devastating cosmic shift. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with the cosmic disfigurement, move into the divine power outage, map out the architecture of the heavens, decode the colors of the Sephirot, feel the tears of the exile, and finally, learn how we can actually restore the cosmic server. Let's move right into Section 1, the cosmic disfigurement. So what exactly was disfigured when the temple fell? The destruction we're talking about here isn't just a matter of physical stones tumbling down in ancient Jerusalem. The marred visage means the very image of the divine flow in the universe was altered and corrupted. You see, the ancient sources teach that the temple wasn't just a building, it was the exact coordinate, the literal sync point, where the upper infinite realm synchronized with our finite physical realm. When it was destroyed, that synchronization broke, causing a massive cosmic disfigurement that rippled all the way up into the highest heavens and crashed down into the deepest earthly realities. Which brings us to Section 2, a divine power outage. Now we're shifting from ancient history to a hidden energy secret, what the mystics call Sod. To explain this effectively, let's use a modern tech framework. What is absolutely fascinating here is that the Shekhinah acts exactly like a massive cosmic server. She is the ultimate divine interface. In mystical terms, she is the final Sephirah, known as Malkut. Think of her as the gateway that takes the infinite, blinding, raw electricity of the Creator and steps it down so our physical network can actually process it without frying. When the temple fell, that main server suddenly disconnected from our physical network. Boom, outage. And the contrast between then and now is absolutely stark. During the connected era, when the temple was standing, humanity enjoyed maximum spiritual bandwidths. We literally had a direct, high-speed fiber optic connection to the divine. That meant pure, uncorrupted soul downloads and unfiltered blessings. But in the exile era, the heavens are dimmed. The main server is offline. Because that high-speed connection was severed, all the data arriving on Earth, blessings, insights, even new souls, arrives altered. It all has to pass through dense layers of static and interference. Okay, let's dive into Section 3, the architecture of the heavens. To understand exactly how this outage works and where the wires got crossed, we need to map out the cosmic grid itself. If you're explaining this to kids, think of these four worlds as video game levels that get progressively darker and denser as you descend. But for the adults in the room, think of this as advanced cosmic engineering. The divine light is pure, infinite electricity. Like we said, if it hit us directly, we'd fry. So it has to step down its voltage through these four structural transformers, Atzilut, Beriah, Yetzirah, and finally Asiya, before it safely powers our physical reality. Inside those worlds are the Sephirot, which are the actual hardware nodes of this system. We are really deep diving into the mechanics here. Malkut is the exiled server we just talked about. Yesod is the main broadband cable meant to funnel all the universe's blessings into Malkut. Tiferet is the central processor of holy beauty and balance. Gevurah is the strict, destructive firewall of judgment. and Bina is the higher cosmic understanding, which, during this massive outage, actually becomes the source of divine tears. Let's keep moving to Section 4, the colors of the Sephirots. The texts, specifically the Zohar, code these incredibly complex energy flows using specific colors to help us visualize the data. It's a divine color code. White represents Chokmah, the hidden, pure background of absolute mercy. Red represents Bina and Gevurah, which is the intense heat of judgment and destruction. Green is Tiferet, the vibrant but currently marred beauty of the system. And black is Malchut, the Shekhinah in exile, absorbing all the darkness of our physical realm. So, the crucial point here, as brilliantly explained by the ancient sages, is the analogy of a scroll. Think about it. The pure white light is the parchment itself. You can't read a blank white scroll, right? The red, green, and black energies are the ink that writes the story of reality. But here is the ultimate tragedy of the cosmic disfigurement. When the system crashes and the white background of pure mercy is hidden, the colored ink of our physical reality turns completely dark. The code becomes entirely unreadable. The exile literally turns the universe dark. Which brings us to a very heavy section, 5. Tears of the Exile. How does this power outage specifically feel in the universe? It's not just some cold mechanical failure. It is a deeply emotional cosmic trauma. Every single Sephirah feels the crash. The firewall of Gevurah triggers harsh conditions down here on Earth. Tiferet's perfect beauty is disfigured. Bina, the upper mother, actually weeps, shutting off the higher frequencies of pure joy. But most critically, Yesod, that massive broadband channel, is totally silenced. It clogs up, leaving Malchut disconnected, wandering blindly in the darkness of the physical world without her uplink. We literally went from a fiber optic river of absolute light to barely getting a dial-up connection. The mystical texts use a really fascinating agricultural term for our current state. Sephirot, which translates to aftergrowths of aftergrowths. It basically means we aren't getting fresh, direct energy right now. We are surviving on the residual fumes, the leftover drops from before the crash. The entire universe, as we know it, is currently running on its backup battery. But we end on Section 6, restoring the cosmic server. Please don't despair, because there is a massive engineering solution to this outage. And guess what? It depends entirely on us. The Shekhinah didn't just leave us and go on vacation. When the server disconnected, she willingly descended into what the mystics call the klipot, the shells. Think of the klipot as dark malware zones. The Shekhinah is down there right now, manually retrieving lost packets of data, the holy sparks and soul downloads that got trapped in the static of the exile. And this brings us to our specific role in this outage. The mystical texts quote the verse, Trunu Oz la Elohim, give strength to God. Now, it sounds strange, right? Does the infinite creator of the universe actually need our strength? The incredible secret here is that human actions, our ethical choices, our prayers, and our spiritual focus actually provide the vital voltage required to reboot the system from the bottom up. Think of your daily life as a step-by-step IT repair for the universe itself. Step 1. Your ethical actions generate cosmic voltage. Step 2. That voltage powers the Shekhinah, allowing her to extract those trapped sparks from the malware zones. Step 3. As those sparks are rescued, the Yesod broadband channels begin to clear out. Step 4. The Malchut server finally gets enough power to reboot and reconnect the heavens to the earth. We are the ground crew in this massive cosmic engineering project. The heavens remain dim, the visage remains marred until we flip the switch from below. Every act of goodness, every moment of focused learning clears a tiny bit of bandwidth. We are literally rebuilding the network. It's an unbelievable responsibility, but an incredibly empowering one. So, the next time you make an ethical choice, ask yourself, are you just living your life, or are you rescuing a lost spark from the dark and helping turn the lights of the universe back on? Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.